you know, Canada, and he just seemed to wash every single one of them. Yeah. And to have a, you know, so close to home with CTG, and great to watch. It looks like we have NaCl and Josh Brody playing for losers in top 8. So these two have met a couple times before, and I believe they're 1-1 in sets, and it looks like they're getting started.
Yeah, 1-1 in sets. If I remember correctly, NaCl was able to take the last set against Brody back at Gommel.
Yeah, and a great startup here from NaCl. Gonna try to get the edge guard, but Brody wisely just going high to avoid him. And a great push-off nair there as well.
You know, it's interesting. Kirby's kit, I think, requires you to have a bit of high ground control more than anything else, especially because of how lackluster the upper in particular is, right? That upward coverage, aside from the up tilt. So that's why you're going to be seeing NaCl really trying to utilize these platforms as much as possible. And speaking of which, utilizing the platform, getting that early throw kill, and getting a quick stock.
Kills as early as 99% on top plat. But yeah, as you were saying right there, despite how good Kirby's up tilt is, otherwise not very good at protecting his head. So Brody will probably be playing high and trying to bait out some jumps, or just right there, just hammering him with the back air.
Exactly. See Brody making good advantage of that middle platform and making advantage of that stage control. That strong back air from Pikachu, you know, it can definitely surprise you from time to time as it whittles away that stock lead. NaCl, shield break opportunity, will go ahead and settle for the smash attack connecting here.
Yeah, and NaCl opting again to edge guard low, but Brody just picking the safe option and going high. I'm hoping that NaCl will start picking up on that as the set goes on. And pretty bad position here for Brody. Gets punished, but the forward smash is stale.
Nice.
Great edge cancel.
Very, very good. Just kind of threading the needle. We're seeing the adaptation consistently from both sides. So NaCl recognizing that Brody in this matchup will be wanting that top platform control. And so he's trying to approach top platform a bit more. And Brody, knowing this, is playing the Matador role, just weaving in and out of those threat zones. And speaking of threat zones, again, NaCl just not quite high enough. Like I mentioned before, that height advantage, if you will, so critical in this matchup, and that's going to allow the stage control just to be flipped in Brody's favor.
Yeah, and Brody like playing a little risky this match, but just getting away with it. We see him sailing out nairs just off stage, but NaCl just not really up to punishing it quite yet. We do have Pikachu at kill percent from forward throw on top and side plats at the moment. Now it will kill from anywhere, so just about anything. Yep, and even nair there. Beautiful kill from NaCl, and a completely even game. Yeah,
even game, and like I said before, even in set count as well. Already.
Oh, and great ledge snap there. A pretty bad position, but still has some jumps to play with.
Yeah. We'll have the jumps reset. Oh, wow! And I will say, just to you know, show my Dallas colors a little bit, one thing I think that CTG is really well known for is his ability to thread the needle and come up with unique recoveries, and NaCl seems to have taken a page out of that book.
Yeah, those two just training partners for so long. And there we see Josh with a very rare mistake, gonna pay for it, but evens it right back up, just a 10% difference. And we're gonna see how NaCl approaches this. It looks like he's opting just to stay on top plat, play it safe for now. Gonna take his time finding his opening and probably waiting for Brody to overextend himself.
Like I was talking about before, with some of the adaptations being made, NaCl seeing that Josh wants to make the Matador approach, trying to contest with that pivot up tilt. And that did result in that trade. Though now, a pretty bad position for NaCl. Brody, still unable to connect with these edge guards, and that's really been a talking point of this first game thus far.
Yeah, Brody is wisely cornering him, but just not punishing as hard as you would expect whenever Kirby's just in the corner like that. NaCl has just been really making his way out of the corner just about every time, and once again, just stuck in the corner. We'll see if he can make it work.
Yeah. I feel like in these positions in particular, you gotta go for those trades as Pikachu against Kirby.
Yeah, like you definitely want it. You'll get the positioning advantage, and you're still at a lower percent. So it should set up for...
Whoa!
Oh, what a call out!
That's what I've been talking about this entire game. The mind games between both of these players culminating in an incredible read from Brody.
Yeah.
We touched on how that top platform control was so essential for both of these characters, and at the end Brody was able to use that, know that NaCl needed that advantage to tip the scales in such a favorable fortune.
And saving that for the very last exchange in the game as well. Just not really showing his cards until he really needs to.
And definitely putting NaCl on tilt already as we're seeing the early stage advantage going in Brody's favor. And
Yeah.
even they're taking a negative state and flipping the tables quite literally.
Yeah, and just great advantages here from Brody and just an easy stock. It looks like the momentum definitely swung in his favor towards the end of the last game. And NaCl, oh, great bait there, but just not getting much out of it.
Yeah, a bit rare. NaCl so consistent with the follow-ups, with the punish game with this Kirby, but just the rare drops.
Yeah, and so familiar with this matchup too. Oh, and just that downer just nicking away. And wise of Brody just to run away after missing the back air there, not trying to overextend and get caught from the up tilt.
Nice. Loving the up tilt there from Brody just to contest the aerial space NaCl was applying.
Yeah, and instead of continuing the combo, Brody just, he's comfortable with edge guarding, it seems like. So he uses the dash attack to put NaCl back off stage. Doesn't really get much off of it, but he still has just quite the lead here. Huge mountain to climb for NaCl for sure. And back throw. And we'll see. Doesn't kill, but again, a good position for Brody.
Wow. Nair.
Just hangs it out there. And the F tilt is such a great option in this matchup. It really just eats up a lot of Kirby's options during recovery. And it comes out very quickly as well, I believe around 3 or 4 frames.
Certainly quick.
And NaCl just a simple combo there. Finally reads high, but just doesn't commit hard enough.
Pikachu just has such a fluid recovery.
Yeah.
Be anywhere in an instant. And Kirby's got a lot going for him, but he also has those stubby legs you got to worry about. Not quite as limber on the field as some of the other characters in the game.
And also with Kirby, his vertical speed is not very good. So what players like Pikachu will generally do is start high to cover the high angle and fast fall down because that's much faster going down than up for Kirby.
Yeah, exactly. Great point. And we're talking about control, we're talking about momentum. It's all in Josh's favor right now.
Yeah. If he does take this game, I think it's going to be a clean 3-0 from him. NaCl's really going to have to really fight from the corner here and make something work.
Yeah. In this case, literally fighting from the corner.
He's been there a lot this set. So NaCl, he did get the shield drop there. Maybe should have been able to start a down air, but you just have to be so quick with it to get away from there.
Maybe a chance.
Yeah, got him off stage. We'll see what he does here.
And again, Brody opting to recover high, and NaCl seems to be more keen on trying to cover the lower options there more than anything else.
Yeah, it's sort of like that, yeah.
Not enough left in the tank for the recovery, and
No.
Brody, was that even necessary?
It wasn't, but...
Maybe just to continue messing with NaCl a bit.
Yeah.
Who I feel was still a bit shook from that F smash read at the end of game 1.
Yeah, it seemed to... Like, I feel like otherwise NaCl had the game, you know? And Brody just pulled out all the stops just to steal that game 1. And we see what he does. Like, he's an odd player because he has his he's got a great fundamentals and some weird options in between. And I feel like he really wants to hit those weird options and really start feeling the game and flowing with it. Great DI from Brody there on that back air. Just getting out of there, keeping his stage position despite the percent disadvantage.
It's a disadvantage, but it's approaching a bit of that nebulous percentage where for Kirby, your follow-ups aren't quite as succinct as it lowers, but you're also not quite high enough to get the KO options necessarily.
Yeah. And a few more hits from NaCl and he can get him to those KO percents. But it's going to be hard when he's off stage here. Oh, great down air. Not enough, but, you know, maybe shaking up Brody a little bit.
That's right. He still has a couple of cards left up his sleeve, it seems like.
You definitely don't want to trade there regardless, but great reaction there. Just cut the combo off early. And there we go, a little better coverage from NaCl. And wise of Brody just to let NaCl exhaust his jumps before approaching with his Angel Invincibility.
Very smart. Ooh.
Oh, and tech's in. Brody not ready for it.
Brody's done a good job recognizing that NaCl has chosen the role on stage quite often. That time mixing things up while NaCl was trying to mix things up, going for the Nair.
Yeah.
Again, just Brody, you know, after a relatively close game, it just feels like the mental warfare is very much in his favor.
Yeah. And there, Brody really just wants to get Kirby to a point where he has no jumps left. Kirby's recovery is great until then. Up B is very punishable. You can choose just about anything to get away with something. Down air? Yep. And we got an edge guard scenario.
Yeah, that's
perfect. Great play from NaCl.
Quick to equalize there. For NaCl, he needs this game just to stay alive in this set. Otherwise, his tournament dreams are over. Let's see if he can capitalize.
Smash.
Ooh.
Oh, catches the jump.
That's big.
Still no jump here, so Brody's going to have to up B. Yep. Opts to go high again. NaCl probably comfortable with this % lead.
Oh, that lingering hitbox on the Nair.
And NaCl again just opting to cover low. Trying to get that quick stock instead of, you know, trying to read where Brody is likely to go with what he's been doing this set. Oh, so tricky.
Man, it's incredible because if we put on the actual polygon hitboxes, you'd see just how close. I mean these edge guards are pixels away from connecting. And
yeah, just, you know, great awareness and spacing from both of these players. You can tell that they're very, very familiar with this matchup. And NaCl finally reading high, kind of baiting him by starting low. Oof. Oh, that's going to be the kill. And we're down to an even game. NaCl on his tournament life.
Yeah, very good there. You know, the back air was nice because if he didn't shield it, he probably would have died. At the very least, he would have had very bad stage positioning. If he does shield it like we saw before, it's enough shield stun where NaCl can go in and get the grab afterwards. And
Brody's positioning just slightly off to set up for what's considered the 0 to death on Pika versus Kirby, starting with forward throw to up smash. Oh, and gets the pivot up tilt, but it trades.
Some glancing blows, and this could be...
Brody opting to stay safe, but he catches him with the back air. And NaCl just in a terrible position.
Yep. No resources left, and that's going to do it. Yeah, Josh Brody advancing ahead of NaCl here at Low Tier City 6.
Yeah.